Sheedo, we in the building.
Yeah, though. So,
Man, how you
bro,
doing?
I'm straight. How you?
Man, I'm good, man. I did my homework on you the other day, and man, I don't know what it was. I think I ran by you on Twitter, and I had, I seen your story, and I clicked the link, did my homework on you, and you know, I decided to reach out. You know what I'm saying, for an interview, and
That's love.
when I was
Appreciate
watching your
that.
other interviews and shit like that, and listening to your music. I could tell you've been through a lot, but you're also a good dude. You're really really smart.
Right,
So I just want to have a conversation with you, man.
right. Nah, I
How?
appreciate that shit too, bro. I appreciate you reaching out and all that.
Yeah, most definitely. Cause I see you going hard. I see you being consistent with the music, and I could tell this is it. Music or nothing, right?
Yeah, that's what it is for me. This is my everything. You know what I'm saying? This is all I got. It's my way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So how are you doing mentally?
I feel mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like I just keep it, you know what I'm saying? I just keep it coming. I try not to really stay stuck in one place and try to dwell on, you know what I'm saying, things that happened in the past. Of course, it's a part of my reality, you know what I'm saying? But I try to not really, you know what I'm saying, think on things too much. I try to keep everything pushing forward. If you stay stuck in one moment, you know what I'm saying, like they can mess up your emotion, like how you know what I'm saying, how you operate.
Yeah. So you're not too much dwelling on the past. You're just trying to,
I
you
mean,
know.
my past, like it come across my mind every day. You know what I'm saying? But like being from Philly, you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't just stay stuck on one moment. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
being stuck in one moment, you could lose your chance at, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A new opportunity or like some good things in the future. So I'm keeping it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I can't let
Straight
him
up.
I can't let him take me
So this
down.
situation happened what, like 3-4 months ago?
Yeah, September 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you take us, through that day?
Basically that shit, you know how it be like a regular day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like regular day. And it just, I don't know, like nothing felt different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a regular day, you chilling or whatever. And basically chilling with my folks. Shit, how we leave from where we was at with my folks, and you know how like shit went left for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Hmm.
went like in a blink of an eye. Shit was like it was a whole different situation and all that.
Yeah. And this was at nighttime.
Yeah, it was at like it was September 6th night, but it was like at 1 o'clock in the morning, so it was September 7th. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. Like when after everything had happened, that when I tried to look at my phone and shit, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. When I tried to, you know what I'm saying? It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So you're leaving the spot or whatever, and you're driving the whip.
No, my homie was driving. My homie was driving. I'm in a passenger.
Okay. And are you on your phone or anything? Like, do you remember like right before it happened?
Not it didn't. Cause most people when you tell it, when most people when they hear a story, they got their own way they think of it in their mind. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't really on my phone too much. It's like we driving off. You feel what I'm saying? We making sure nobody and looking through the rear view. You feel what I'm saying? At first, when you see nobody in the rear view, we pulling off. We turn, make another turn on that type time, and we came to a stop. So I feel like when we came to a stop, they gave what you feel what I'm saying, time to catch up type shit. And
Hmm.
by the time I probably looked down for a second. I heard the first shot, and then the second joint just like everything was like, you know how that should be. Like you be out for a second. I was out for like a second. I was like out for like a couple seconds. Then I opened my eyes and shit, and like you feel what I'm saying? It damn near was almost over. But like when you blacked out, you blacked out. Like ain't really too much you could. You feel what I'm saying? You know how
Right.
certain niggas say they act like they Superman, Batman, they do this and that in the situation. When you really in the situation, shit a little different. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Man, I seen the news report. I believe they said like the car was like 10 bullet holes in the car.
Yeah, I don't even remember how many times it was. You know what I'm saying? I think so. Yeah, I don't even really like. You know, it's crazy, bro. With me doing my video and all that, I didn't even really want to put that shit like 'cause that shit personal. You know what I'm saying? That's something like I deal with daily. But it's like it's so many people that came up to me and told me like, damn, you putting your shit out there, that made me, you feel what I'm saying? That made me feel a different way about my shit. That made me deal with my situation with ease because of what you feel what I'm saying? So I feel like I was doing that for my audience and all that and my listeners. I really don't watch the video, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause I really was there on that scene. That really like, you know what I'm saying?
So you also mentioned that the right side of your body, it couldn't work. It wasn't working at the time.
Yeah, at the time when it first happened, cause when I got to the hospital, they told me, cause when the shit first happened, bro, I'm thinking I'm hit all in my body, that I never thought in my head, you get what I'm saying? But when the people helped me out when I fell out the car or whatever, cause I used my left hand, cause the whole right side was on some like dumb shit. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, when I was trying to get up and I couldn't, it wasn't working. I'm thinking like, oh, I'm dying. You feel what I'm saying? I'm dying. Like my body's shutting down. That's what I'm thinking. So when the people finally get out and help us or whatever, they like, yo, he hitting his head or whatever. So like in the middle, it was like a graze joint. It was like on the left side, it was like cracked like the skull a little bit. I had like internal bleeding. So like when I had internal bleeding on my brain, your left side of your brain control the right side of your body. If you know about that type stuff, that's what they was telling me. So when I had the internal bleeding, like it was bleeding inside, like it fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your brain control everything. You feel what I'm saying? Like how everything move, and I never really thought about that shit until that shit happened. When I was in the hospital, the doctor like she like close your eyes, raise your hand if you feel me touch your leg or whatever. So my eyes closed and shit. I'm thinking like, the fuck, like why she never touched my, you feel what I'm saying? I open my eyes and she touching my leg, like she run her like hand on my leg and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm like, that shit scared me for a second. And they was like, yo, you could go straight home after this. You survived, you feel what I'm saying? You survived that, you go straight home. But we advise you to go to the rehab so you can start learning how to walk again, get the feeling back in, you feel what I'm saying, your right side and all that type shit. So I'm like, I really just wanted to go straight home, but I'm glad that I did go, you feel what I'm saying? I'm glad I did go there. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go there, you feel what I'm saying, get myself together and all that. I did that.
Yeah. Now, when you get out the vehicle, you fall to the ground, and you mentioned that people were passing you by.
Yeah, it never was like I was standing. It was like, like my brain was telling me like, you grab the door, but my right, like I'm like, what the fuck? So I just grabbed and I just like, you feel what I'm saying, just like fell out like that. And it just was people, they just riding by. But it's like, that's how that shit is in Philly. I ain't even gonna lie. I see somebody like how the shit was. I fuck around and drive by somebody because I don't know what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame some of them because they really didn't know what the situation was. They ain't know what was going on.
Yeah. So it wasn't like you was trying to flag people down to help you or anything like that.
No, because in my mind, I'm thinking niggas about to come back around. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, like, you feel what I'm saying? But after once I peeped, niggas like it wasn't that. Niggas wasn't coming around. They was gone. Like, I don't know. I get like finally somebody stopped for me. You feel what I'm saying? Like finally somebody stopped for me. I just was sitting there like I wasn't really trying to waste too much breath on any. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't really trying to waste too much. Like that shit felt like every second mattered type shit.
Yeah. And while you're there laying on the ground, you thought you was about to check out?
Yeah, I was like going to sleep type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was going like, you feel tired and shit like that. Like, I was getting tired. I'm going to, you know how you catch this? You know how you tired of shit? You ain't sleep up. You ain't probably, you know how that shit is. You ain't sleep for like a day or two. You nodding off going to sleep. I'm like, I'm nodding off going to sleep and all that. I'm like, I'm trying to wake myself back up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, like, I'm not letting that shit. I'm thinking in my head, like, I don't got no kids, no none of that shit. I'm thinking on shit like that. Like,
right.
Like, no, I ain't trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you get shot twice in the head and in the chin area, right?
Yeah, like grazed, like under my chin, yeah.
Man, blessings, man.
Nah, definitely.
Blessings, man. You know, I know people who've been shot in the leg and didn't make it.
Yeah, people shot in the arm, leg, all that shit didn't make it. That's why I'm like, damn, like why? Like I'm like, damn, like what the? When I'm in the hospital, I'm like, damn, I'm really still here from this shit. Like, it really must be something. It's something in store for me. It gotta be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's something in store for me.
Yeah.